What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's me, Triple P 780. sorry about that. Today, I'm gonna be doing another attraction review. So it'll be a review. So it will be a review on one of the most popular and classic, and also nostalgic movies or attractions, whatever, of 1986, starring Michael Jackson, Angelica Houston, and more. It was produced by George Lucas and directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It was played at Disney theme parks from 1986 to from the 80s to the 90s, you know. And it came back as a tribute in this decade of the 2010s, but then closed a couple of years ago. And that would be Captain EO. Now, hold on. Let's begin. Let me drink some water. Okay. So, the plot of the movie or attraction, whatever, is basically where it takes place in outer space. And there's this weird but very cool looking EO spaceship. And inside there's basically where you get these characters. Like, there's Hooter, the Geeks, Fuzzball, Major Dome, I think, and Minor Dome, I believe. If I'm wrong with those names, you could correct me in the comments below. So yeah, they're in the spaceship, and then all of a sudden, but then, you get this very awesome and very cool looking leader of the crew, named Captain EO, played by Michael Jackson. Yeah, he was a very popular pop singer. He and his crew plan to go to a place where the Supreme Leader lives, and to give her the gift. But they were chased by the bad guys who were shooting lasers at them. They were trying to avoid them. And then Commander Bog was trying to call Captain EO. And then all of a sudden, it crashed into the rocks, and then Commander Bog gave him, but then they're safe, and then, don't worry, luckily they're safe, and then later on Commander Bog gave Captain EO and advice by telling him and the crew his crew, I mean, to get the map, find the Supreme Leader, and give her the gift. But all of a sudden, here's the problem: they did not get the map, but they did not tell Commander Bog about it. Yes. So yeah, but they did not tell him that they don't have the map, so they don't want to lie. He thinks they're telling the truth, but hey. Alright, let's move on. While they're trying to find the Supreme Leader, Hooter was sneezing, but then while they're walking and making noises, some of the Supreme Leader's guards captured them, and then all of a sudden they took the entire crew to the Supreme Leader, and then you You get the Supreme Leader. You get this. Get this kind of creepy character, but okay, villain named the Supreme Leader, played by Angelica Houston, and she was trying to sentence them to 100 years of torture and all this stuff, but Captain EO but then Captain EO told her that he is giving a gift to her. And then all of a sudden, every single character, I mean Major Dome and Minor Dome, turn into musical instruments, and the rest of his crew, except for Fuzzball, were playing music. But then the Supreme Leader's the Supreme Leader's guards were about to surrounding Captain EO, but then the music started and he was singing, but then Captain EO started the song called "We Are Here to Change the World," which I think it's a really good song. And then also excuse me. But then while he was singing the song, he turns every single guard of the Supreme Leader into awesome looking dancers. Into good guys. But then once they finished the song, Captain EO transformed the Supreme Leader wait. If you have not seen the movie, then I don't want to spoil it to you. If you have not seen that attraction or movie, I don't want to spoil it to you, but Captain EO, but if I haven't, then here it goes. Spoiler alert. Captain EO turned the Supreme Leader into a beautiful princess, and then he began to sing another song. Then they started another song called "Another Part of Me," which I think that song's really good. And near the end, Fuzzball went all the way to the screen, and mostly close to the screen, and said goodbye to them, and then the Captain EO's crew, Fuzzball, and the rest of the crew left, and then they went back to the EO spaceship, whatever it's called, and then they left. So yeah, that's basically the plot of the movie or attraction, 3D attraction. But it was actually 4D to be honest. It was actually the very first film to be in 4D. Yeah. What do I think of Captain EO? I think it's so awesome. I mean, sadly, I did not get to see that movie in person in the 80s or 90s because I wasn't born yet. And I did not get to see it in person either when it came back in the 2010s. I wish I would have. But I did watch the full movie of it on YouTube back in 2012 and 2013, and then I watched it a little bit for more and more years, including this year. And I thought it was awesome. The people who worked on that 3D attraction did an awesome job. The effects were cool. I did not get to have the feeling of it since I did not get to see it in person, sadly, which is the sad thing. The music is awesome. Everybody, like the actors, actresses, and the acting was really good. Yeah, I think the acting was really good. It was awesome. I don't think it never frightened me. Well, it may be frightening for children due to loud sounds, yeah. But hey, I like it. Yeah. There were in the making of this of the movie, there were some money problems and personal problems, but that does not mean I despise the movie. I still like Captain EO. Yeah, I like Michael Jackson, to be honest. I really like his music. It was so popular back in the day when he was alive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And all the the characters, like in costumes, the people in costumes, they did a fine job. They did awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it was played at Epcot, Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris, and that was it. Well, yeah. Um, yeah, I really like this movie. Yeah, and yeah, it kind of reminds me of Star Wars. It's kind of like Well, that movie is kind of like Star Wars, but only with, you know, but only with some, but only with 80s music and all that cool stuff. So yeah, here's the fact. They were going when they were planning to get rid of Captain EO in the 90s, they were going to add something else. Like they were going to add another movie similar that movie itself with with Charlie Sheen and one of the musicians in it. It was going to be a jungle. It was going to be a jungle movie. A jungle movie. But then that never happened. And then the bad thing is we basically got another horrible attraction. One of the worst 40 attractions ever made, called Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. It was part of Fast Pass, and I don't know why it was part of Fast Pass. Sorry if I said the word for. I was not thinking before I spoke. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, that movie. That attraction should not exist in the first place. Oh, sorry for going off topic. But yeah, I'm glad that Captain EO came back and replaced Honey, I Shrunk the Audience when it was there. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, overall, guys, Captain EO gets 2 gigantic thumbs up and 10 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. It did an awesome job. It was like so popular, very extremely popular. So yeah, well, if you're neutral with it, if you hate Captain EO, then that's fine. Your opinion is respected. So yeah. What else? So yeah. If you have not seen the movie yet, then where have you been? I recommend you should check it out. But it's now on YouTube, so it's the only thing. But online, they where you can watch it on the internet, unfortunately. But yeah, because it's no longer in any Disney theme parks. If you have seen it in the past, in person, then that's awesome. So yeah, yeah, guys, that's my review on Captain EO. Oh, and one more thing. When I first saw Captain EO, I looked it up. I watched a little clip of it in 2011 or something. Yeah, and I looked it up in the 2000s a little bit, but I did not realize it until later in the 2010s. So yeah. Well, that's all for now, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and there will be more videos coming soon. So yeah, that's my positive review on Captain EO, one of the rides and attractions. But it was a 3D attraction back in the day. So yeah, this is Triple B 780 signing off.